I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I have an iPhone 10 here, aka iPhone X, and these things are still proving to be a challenge. Um, Maybe more of a nightmare, because they still not very fun to repair. Unless you like wasting a lot of time. uh, okay, so iPhone 10 comes in, and the guy just says he was using it one day, and all of a sudden it just died on him. It just died, and so first thing that comes to mind is, well, I guess these days, first thing I do is I pop this little puppy on their TriStar tester and plug it in and see what it tells me. You know, if it says that the TriStar is bad, then it's usually bad. Okay, that's the good thing about these things have actually been a godsend because they have made repairing iPads a lot easier. You plug this sucker in and it'll tell you if it's TriStar or not, or tell you if it's PMIC or not. Although there are some certain indicators on the iPads that kind of tell you, you know, that what I look for in order to repair them or not repair them. Anyways, so plug this sucker in, and I think I think for this phone right here, I think it said TriStar Hydro was good, and but I think it said battery was not detected. I think that's probably what it said. Anyways, I got a little bit of extra stuff here from removing this shield. So what have I learned from the iPhone 10 repairs? Well, one is do not separate the logic board unless you absolutely have to. That's one. Let's see. No touch, no searching problems. Sometimes power problems, or no power problems, or you have to separate. But one thing that I always do first is I always measure. Let's see. Okay, so this is the LCD connector right here, and I believe this one is the 3-volt pin. No, I'm sorry, 1.8 volt pin. Let's double check. So just make sure you're oriented correctly, and then so this is the 1.8 volt display connection, all right? And usually by measuring this pin in diode mode, it'll tell you if the 1.8 volt line is good or bad, all right? And what I've found is that if the especially if it happened after a screen repair, and somebody had posted this on the Facebook Micro-soldering group actually, but what's been going on is that this little capacitor right here, you know, lines up perfectly with the little metal piece on the screen. So sometimes when customers are putting the screen back on, they'll short this capacitor right here, and basically it'll make the phone dead. On the ammeter, it'll show 0.45 or something like that, you know, which means that there's a short on the PP1B8 line, and that sounds like it's pretty I mean, 0.45 on the ammeter, on the USB ammeter. Like I've seen more often than not, you know, check the 1V8 line. So okay, so the second thing is short on VDD main. In order to do that, you can just check this point right here. Okay, so that'll tell you if it's VDD main short. That's very easy. You don't have to disassemble a logic board or anything like that. And then I haven't really got anything else here, but there's also a 3V0 cap. The third cap right here is the PP3V0 NAND line. So those are the three main power lines for most iPhones, I think. I haven't really looked at the schematics of the newer iPhones yet, but basically before you even do anything separating logic or something like that, check those three lines. Make sure there's no shorts on there. And then what I did with this phone is there weren't any shorts on those three lines. Okay, so what I did was I used my DC power supply and I plugged it in, and it was drawing 0.8 amps on my DC power supply, and that usually tells me that it's not a short on VDD main, as you know I've already measured this. I've already measured this pin already, so I know that it wasn't a VDD main short. But when there's like a partial current draw, not fully pulling 2 amps, tells me that it's almost always VDD boost. All right, I don't know why that goes out so often, but But anyways, those are my general troubleshooting steps. Okay, so in this case, the only way to find VDD boost is you can just go to this drop down list here and select VDD boost, and really there's nothing that you can test outside without unsandwiching the board. Okay, aside from, let's see, I think it's just these two. Okay, so so those two capacitors are located under the shield right here, and here's the shield. Okay, so the shield's like this, and in order to get the shield off, you have to desolder a shield. Well, the problem is that this layer here is held together with low melt, so any kind of like desoldering, you're gonna like desolder this mother. Maybe not always, but it's just not very easy to do. I think I was able to manage doing it actually. I mean, just taking this board off or taking the shield off without messing up with this middle layer here. I cheated and used a little bit of low melt. So, but generally speaking, like I tell customers right now that I basically offer a repair option only if the board doesn't have to be sandwiched back. Otherwise, it's data recovery. I find that I don't want to because I don't think I can warranty it. That's the problem. I just don't think I can warranty these. Once I split the board, I just don't think I can warranty it. I mean, it would just be a nightmare, I think. My warranty may be 30 days, but what's the point of giving warranty anyways, right? Anyways, because if it came back to you and had to re-sandwich this sucker, I mean, gosh, just the amount of time that it's going to take to do all that, it's just a nightmare. So I'm not going to offer that option. I mean, that's just my choice. So getting back to this board, these two capacitors right here, I checked them in diode mode, and sure enough, this line is shorted. VDD main is shorted. So the only two caps on the top side are these two right here. So I'm just gonna pop them off. Oopsies. So I'm pretty sure these are not it because they don't look bad at all. But maybe we'll get lucky. Who knows? So let's test it again. And it's still short, so it's not these two. If you want, you can put these back. You don't have to if you don't want to, because at this point we're probably gonna split the board, and we're probably gonna do data recovery. But you know what? For the sake of this video, I'm gonna be a good boy, and I'm gonna put these back, since I also messed up this little cap right here. Maybe there's a chance that we'll get this sucker to fully work, but I'm not gonna put too much work into it. Damn it. This guy just wants data anyways. Problem is I can't warranty it. I mean, you tell people, you're like, oh, okay, only data recovery, and then they, inevitably, if you get the phone working to a point where it works, and then something, they get it back and something is wrong with it, they will hunt you down, man, and they'll guilt you into fixing it for them again. So it's better just set their expectations low, and then make sure that everything is, that they get the important stuff back, which is their data. And that's just an awful job right there, man. Who the hell? Sometimes I feel like I've never micro-soldered before in my life. God, you know what? I feel like just putting hot air into this puppy. Call it a day. So let's just see what we can do here. Okay. Good enough, maybe? Okay. That's so bad, but let's not worry about this too much. Yeah, that's not okay, that's tight enough. So let's just go with it. So I think at this point there's really nothing we can do except for to unsandwich the board. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our little preheater out. So I'm gonna turn. Let's see, what is this? Hold up. I need to turn my PPD 120. Let me see if I can get it. No, that's not it. That's not it either. I don't know where it's at this point. Oh, hold up. I don't think I have it hooked up to my Google. Alright, I'll just turn it on manually. Show. This thing is so cheap, man. This thing is so cheap, dude. Just goes to crap. Huh. I don't know what's going on with it, man. Anyways, let me pause this real quick. What was I getting at? Okay, so PPVDD boost. So there's some caps here. That's about it. So this is going to be on. Let's see. So this is Wi-Fi. So this is the bottom layer. This is the top layer. Okay. So I think it's probably gonna be one of these caps. I suspect. So I was thinking that we can just. Well, you know what? Okay, let's take this layer off first, and then we'll talk about the rest later. Because there's definitely a problem with that line, and it's definitely in the middle of all this garbage. So I'm just gonna like put some gentle heat on this and see if I can lift this gently. Just put some gentle heat, man. Gentle heat. It's probably not going to need a whole lot because it's a low melt. So we'll just do it from here, I think. Just try not to mess up the bottom layer. You don't have to. I'm not doing a very good job. There it goes. Okay, let's do that. Just grab this mother. And then let's take this off the heat. It's really, really hot. I've burnt myself numerous times. So let's just be gentle because we don't really want to mess up this bottom layer. Because we do not want to have to reball both sides. Alright, so we're good. Alright, so I'm going to turn this heater off because it's freaking hot. And I'm going to put this aside. And then let's inspect this puppy and see if we can find the fault. Okay, let's do visual inspection first. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Okay, so let's orient this the right way and then really just focus right here. So it would be, I think, let's see, right below the chip. So it's got to be this one, right? 1, 2, 3. Just make sure you're looking at the right chipset here. So it's going to be those 4 right there, I think, right? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. It's probably going to be one of these capacitors. My guess is probably not. Well, it's hard to say. Well, let's just double check and make sure that the short is still there first, because it could have been in the bottom layer, which I don't think there are too many components on the bottom layer, but let's make sure we double check here. 0 and 0. Okay, so let's focus on these 5 capacitors. And since this one was like kind of like there's nothing on it, I mean maybe there's a reason why that was like kind of like that. So I'll pop that sucker off. Let's test it. See if the line is good or not. 0, 0. So short still present, and then so let's just start popping these suckers off. Not a whole lot to them. I guess I can use this. Yeah, let's just use this. Not a good idea to poke with my tweezers, but I got a million of these things. So that's one. Which, that doesn't really look bad, but you never really know, ever. Might think you know, but you never really know. And then, let's take this mother out. Right here. You know what, let's just give it a go first. Maybe we get lucky. 50-50 chance. 3-7, there you go. Alright, we're in business, so let's figure out which one was which. It's probably that one. That looks crusty. Nope. What the hell? No. Interesting. Hold on a second. Okay, it's this one. See, never really know. This one was the good-looking one. So, short on VDD boost. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put the two back that were still good. Even though we probably don't need them, but so I don't know. I mean, what should I do? Should I try to like sandwich this sucker now and then, or just get his data off? Although I will say that it's a lot easier to get the data off with a working Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. But man, it sucks. You gotta do all this just for a VDD boost. What happened to the days when you can just undo a few screws and get access to it, you know? Now you gotta do an ordeal, man. Ordeal, dude. Too much on here. Okay, so this one is cruddy, but this one worked. So let's just put them back. Put them back where we found them. And then this one, oh damn it, where's that other one? Oh well. Screw it. Okay, let's just double check the line one more time, and then we'll get started on putting it back. Yep, it's good. Okay, let's see. What do we do here? Do we? Let's get the data off first. Yeah, let's get the data off first. Okay, so let's just clean this sucker first, and maybe we don't even have to like. I normally just go over it. Yeah, I'll probably go over it with my soldering iron. Although I don't really see any corroded pads or anything, so maybe I won't do it. I like to kind of even all the pads out before I like put it into my jig. Although I wonder if I could just pop this back real quick, see if it works. You know what? Let's try this real quick. Somebody said they got the XS Max to boot without the bottom layer. So let's see if we can get this sucker to boot without the bottom layer. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna work actually because the digitizer is on the other side. Looks like it's boot looping. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna work. Okay, so let's see. Do we need to tin these? Let's see. It looks pretty good, and they're all fairly even. So don't think we might not even need to do anything with this. We can probably just stick it in the jig and let it go. Okay, let's stick it in the jig. Yeah, stick it in the jig. So let's make sure we get all the important thing is to make sure we get we get data off. Okay, so one important thing to note is that you want to make sure that you're dealing with the Intel or the Qualcomm board, because they are different. So let's see. I have three boards here. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully this was the same. This looks the same. Yes, it is. Okay. So I guess if you look at it, right? I'm sorry. Okay, so if you look at this is our board that we're dealing with right here. At the end of it, you'll see 1, 2, 3 chips, kind of like square chips, and then this is the other one that's kind of like rectangular chips. Okay, and I think, let's see. So it's going to be inside here. Okay, so these are rectangular chips. So Intel is rectangular, and Qualcomm, it's got to be square. Yeah, Qualcomm is square. Okay, so just make note of that. All right, so let's just put this aside, and then we'll get our square bottom, put it into our jig. We'll put it into our jig. However I do this, not quite sure how I do this. Let's see, like this? No, like this. Okay, like this. And then I don't even know if this is the right one or not. Is this the right one? Let's see. Don't think this is for this. Alright. So this one. Okay, and then we'll stick our over here. And then let's see, let's get our extension cable. Let's get our screen. Okay, so extension cable. Let's see. I think I have to stick this one on first. Okay, and then I have to like kind of do one of these stupid things. Oh, shit, like this. Okay. Damn it. Oh, like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so hold on a second. Can I pull this up, dude? Okay, like that? Doesn't really work too well, does it? Damn it. I act like I've never done this before, man. Stupid. I haven't gotten to the hard part yet. Bullshit. That's fine. Let's just do this, man. No sweat, my friend. Okay. This thing's gonna give me a... Okay, so... should have put the Wi-Fi thing in too, but anyways, let's see if it boots first, and then we'll have to redo it 20,000 times. Let's just make sure it boots first, So let's get the data off first, and then we will try to sandwich it back together. Okay. Okay, so the moment of truth. Let's see, let's plug this puppy in. 0.17.23 boot loop. Dang it. It's not good. Why is it boot looping, man? Well, it could boot loop for a number of reasons, and part of that could be that the sandwich is not good. Alright, so that's nothing. So I didn't even really need to put the screen on until I like can get the ammeter correct. Oh, see, this is why I hate this shit. This is why I fucking hate iPhone 10 repair. Because look at this ordeal I gotta go through every time. Shit. So, well, let's do this first. Okay, let's put somebody else's board in that I know works. So we'll just do this, and we're just gonna hook it up to the power supply. We're not gonna put a screen on there. Doesn't matter. So battery, power supply, and then we just want to see if we're getting a good reading on it. That way we know it's the bottom or the top layer. Okay, so this is okay. This is 0.18. Let's see, 0.9, 0.41, 0.22. This is looking good. 0.71. Looks like it's booting up. Yeah, this one's good. Okay, so we know it's not the bottom layer. We know it's definitely the top layer. So at this point, what we're going to do is just we're just going to reball. I mean, not reball, but we're just going to go over this with a soldering iron. Just make sure everything's even and stuff. Okay. So it's going to be fun. You know what? I'm gonna go get some gloves. All right. So I'm gonna I got some gloves because this part gets a little messy. So basically, you just flux it, and then just smooth out the pads. I mean, there's not a whole lot to this. Just put it all around. Yeah, I don't know what other people do, but this is just about what I do right here. Guess I could just wick it, really. Maybe that's the better solution instead of smoothing it out. But if I wick it, then I'll have to. By the way, I've been using this C105 112 knife tip for just about everything. I don't use the bent tip anymore because bent tips are going pretty bad. So I just use this knife tip now, and it's Molly. Okay. That's all I really do, just smooth it out. Just gets really messy everywhere. So much flux. Make sure there's no oxide pads. And everybody's happy. And did I get it all? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. So let's just clean this mother up now. Clean this mother up. Okay. Looks pretty good. No problemos. Let's get a Q-tip. Just for safety. Everything's smooth, and so let's try it again. So before we do anything, we're just going to pop this in here and make sure it's giving us the correct boot sequence on the ammeter. That's it. That's all we're looking for. So and all we need for that is the charge port and a battery. So if I see this thing booting up fine, then I think everything will be good. All right. 40-0. Dang it, still boot looping, man. Is there something else wrong with this damn thing? Shit. Why is it still boot looping? Damn it. That's not good. I don't know what else to do here. Let's see. What else do we do? We know this bottom board works because we tried it with another one. So what else am I missing here? Did I overheat it? Did something else bad with it? Well, maybe we should check this again just to make sure everything's good. Three 9, 3 9, 38. Let's see. Anything shorted or anything? No. Everything looks good. Don't think there are. Let's see. Let's just make sure that we didn't short anything by accident. Nope. Everything looks good, man. Let's see. Did we short anything? Did we short anything? Maybe there's some more damage than VDD boost maybe. So I guess what we can do is maybe just plug this in and then let's maybe use the DC power supply to see if maybe there's still something else going on here. So I'm just gonna get the DC power supply and plug in my power. And let's see if we get anything good. Nope, 0 now, so that's not bad. But why is it still boot looping now? Damn it. I guess what we can also do is maybe use the TriStar tester, see if that does anything. Alright, I think I might have found my problem actually. So this little cap that I took off right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see where the solder is? It's actually touching the damn resistor. And oh man, what a nightmare. Stupid iPhone 10s. So let's take a look. So this is it right here. These are ground. Bet you these are our 2C lines. PP1V8 makes sense. So watch this. So if I measure the diode mode of these two resistors, I get 0, which means that they're actually shorted. They're both shorted, and they're not supposed to be shorted. So I think that this is the issue actually. So let's get rid of this. This is just sloppy right here. Yeah, that's my bad. You know, it's a waste of time. It's my fault. There he goes. So it looked like it was just part of the capacitor that was busted that was touching it. Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it fucking takes, man. Just a little bit. You know, freaking ruin your damn day, man. So let's test it again. Oh, hold on. Why is that still 0? 5. Let's double check. Oh, okay, that's supposed to be shorted. Okay, but the other one's not supposed to be. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you guys can see with this damn. Okay, let's just try it again. Oh man, that's why I hate the iPhone 10. Okay, so battery. I just want to see if we're getting a good boot sequence on the ammeter here. You can't see my ammeter, but I'm looking at it. Oh, something looking pretty good. 0.11, 0.13, 0.9, 0.8, 0.08, 0.26. Wait, looks like it's booting up, baby. No! Still boot looping. Damn it. Why is it still damn boot looping, man? Dumb piece of shit. Unless I shorted the 1B8 line. I guess, is that possible? Well, it's still doing the same thing. It looked like it was like kind of trying to boot up, but still no good. Back to square one, baby. Alright. Alright, so I found a stupid problem, and it was actually my fault. Let's see. Okay, so this is the top side of the board where I desoldered that shield, and you see these little balls in here? I've already like fixed the problem, but that's why it's see these little balls in there? See these little balls? Okay, so this little ball right here, this little ball right here, which I've already picked up, which I can't seem to get access to anymore. This was actually lodged between here and this right here, which is ground, and this is PP1V8 underscore S2. So that right there was shorting to this ground right here, and that was the issue. And those balls are for me heating this to get it up, to get it out. So it was definitely my fault. Not very happy with that. I think next time I probably won't do that. But it is what it is. This fucking ball out of there. Won't even freaking melt, man. Come on. Oh. Alright, anyways. I probably won't even put that back. You know what? Let's just fuck it, man. So much cursing today. I can't even fit a damn pin in there. Nothing. Can't fit anything in there. Sharp as I have. You know what? Where's that little scraper? Let's try this. This might be the thinnest thing I have right here. Yeah. Oh, okay, that worked. Let's do it this way. Come on. Oh my god. Oh. It's getting worse and worse, man. I'm gonna break one of these coils. It's gonna get really bad. I should have just left it all alone because it wasn't really shorted anymore. Uh-oh. I'm definitely making it worse, so let's just leave it. This one I got out, okay. I'm just making it. Okay. Deep breaths. still good. Okay, so I'm not gonna put this damn cat back, but I'm going to I definitely need to put this resistor back, I think. Yeah, I definitely need to do that, so let's find out what it is. So I need to put this resistor back, which is a 4.7K 01005. So 4.7K 4.7K. Alright, let me put it on pause and look for it. Alright, found a 4.7K resistor from iPhone 6 Plus, and I put that sucker back. Gosh, one little stupid ball, man. It's game over. Stupid. Anyways, that's the name of the game, though. That is definitely the name of the game. So this thing just came loose again. So let's just see if we can get somewhat of a solid bond here. So let's just diode mode it and make sure we're getting a good bond. It's 3.4, 0.34, 0.34, 0.42, 0.42. Okay, we're good. So one last time here. Oh well. Kiss of death. Don't say one last time. Ah, 0.12, 0.19, 0.07, 0.8, 0.11, 0.13. Oh, 0.96, 1 amp. Looks like it's booting. Oh, let's get a screen on it. Yeah, let's get a screen on it. Before it goes to shit. Damn it, come on, man. Alright, let's get a screen on it. Let's see. Should we put a Wi-Fi cable on it too? You know what? Let's just do this. I'll back it up to a computer or something. We can. Okay. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is just transplant this whole thing after this thing boots up. Apple logo. Let's make sure the touch works. This is why this sucks. I have the passcode for this thing. 6268216. Okay. It looks like it's booting up. No touch, no working. You bastard MFer. Why does touch not work, man? Probably a bad joint somewhere. Damn it. Newman! I'll be back. Alright, so I finally got this sucker working. What did I do? I think I just tinned. Let's see, what did I do? I just tinned the pads on the middle layer and the top logic board, and then I ended up reusing his original bottom board. So now I'm doing a backup of it. I know it's all jacked up, but the camera's all jacked up. But anyways, everything is good. All right. Maybe I should have recorded what I did, but so another reason why these things are such a pain in the ass is because Wi-Fi doesn't work if you're using somebody else's bottom board. So there's no real easy way to do a backup. I mean, you can do the backup to iTunes, but how do you get this iTunes backup to the customer, right? So that's another huge pain in the ass. But if the bottom board works, then you can just hook up a Wi-Fi cable antenna right there, and then this is also, I believe this is a Wi-Fi antenna as well. So I just hook both of those up, connect to Wi-Fi, and then we're just do a backup through iCloud. That's probably the easiest way to do it, but the bottom board doesn't always work because sometimes the bottom board and the middle layer are actually separated, which prevents the Wi-Fi from working cell service. So if you're actually using somebody else's bottom board, then another alternative would be to do the restore on one of your phones, which you risk locking your phone, right? iCloud locking your phone, because once you do the restore, their iCloud lock is going to be on your phone, and that could render your phone useless, really. So that's a risk. Another option would be to use just to get all their data off through. I use Wondershare, Dr. Phone Wondershare, and that puts all the files into a nice, neatly packaged folders. Basically, it'll just create folders for you. Like basically, it'll take the iTunes backup. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. Let's see. Okay, let's see backups, customer backups. Okay, here you go. Let's see. So basically, Dr. Phone Wondershare will create all these cool folders here and put all your stuff in these folders, and then you just copy and paste all these files to a USB drive and send to them that way. But unfortunately, there's no easy way to get this back onto a new phone, so that's not a very good option as well. Another option would be to just copy all of the iTunes backup files, which you will find in the app data roaming Apple Computer Mobile Sync backup folder. So basically, you just take all this encrypted, whatever the hell this is. I mean, they're all binary files, whatever iTunes uses to store all this data, and just copy to a USB drive. But then if you do that, you have to tell the customer how to restore it. And basically, in order to restore it, you would have to just copy all these files to the same folder on their computer in iTunes. Depending on whether you're using a Mac or a Windows PC, that's just another nightmare. So there's really no easy way to get this thing on. Get the backup files. I mean, I think probably iCloud is the best thing to do, but even with iCloud, right, then you're dealing with a two-factor authentication, which you have to get authorization from your customer, because I don't think there's an easy way to turn off two-factor authentication anymore with your iCloud account. So gosh, man, it's just, when I say it's a pain in the ass, it's really all about, it's very time consuming to deal with these repairs. But I guess that's essentially what we're dealing with now with iPhone 10, 10s, 10s Max, and probably future iterations of the iPhone. I think that even the iPhone 11, I think they just came out with a logic board, like a bare logic board for the iPhone 11, well, supposedly, and it's going to be sandwiched again. So this is what we're going to have to deal with ongoing. But anyways, as far as this repair is concerned, we're done with it. The data is going to his iCloud account. This customer's going to be happy, and we'll call it a day from there. Alright, thanks for watching. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching this channel, and I wanted to promote our online micro-soldering course. We have it hosted at udemy.com, and at this point it's 4 hours of video instruction. The reviews are pretty good, and we talk about everything from the basics of an iPhone logic board, and then we have a section on ZXW tools. We have a little section about how to set up your hot air rework station, your micro-soldering station, and how to use diode mode. The third part is the three most common repairs, which is no touch, no backlight, no charge. And the fourth part is all about data recovery. So if you go through our website, it's $100. And some people say that learning online is not the best way of doing things, or you can't learn microsoldering online. I beg to differ. I don't know about you guys, but I started watching YouTube videos when I first started about 3 years ago, and that's how I learned it. And not only that, but you go to a live course. Some people like live courses, but not everybody has $3,000 to spend on a live course, right? So, and then yes, you're right. You can go to YouTube and watch all these videos, but you're not gonna. When people make these videos, they don't go from A to Z. They usually start from somewhere in the middle because they assume that you watched something earlier on, or one of their earlier videos. So this course is all-encompassing. It has everything from A to Z to help you get started in microsoldering, and we are adding stuff on a weekly, maybe monthly basis. And we're just gonna keep adding to this thing. And so if you want to get started, I mean, you could also take a class, but to get your feet wet, I think this is the best thing to do right here, and I vouch for it. Thanks for watching the video. I was also going to say, in order to buy it with a discount, $50 discount, just go to microsoldering.com, click on store, and then it's going to be the first item on here. Just click on Buy at Udemy, and they'll give you the $50 off. Thanks.